What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and today I have something interesting to talk to you about, and that is the Crown of the Oathbreaker, a brand new campaign module adventure from a group known as Elder Brain. So if we go over here, you can actually see they have an Indiegogo up right now where it's already raised $71,000. I'm not too familiar with Indiegogo, as Kickstarter is usually where I go to for crowdfunding stuff, but there's a lot of stuff here, and it's really interesting. This group has also put together a platinum bestseller on the DMs Guild, which I didn't even realize it was a thing called Year of Rogue Dragons. We'll take a brief look at that towards the end. But what I thought was really interesting about this is they crowdsourced a lot of this, and by that I mean they did a massive survey with like over 2,000 people involved, and basically said, what do you guys want to see? What kind of module, adventure, style stuff do you like? And then we'll build something around it. So let's go ahead and take a look. So you can see it is a dark adventure campaign taking place from characters levels 5 to 12. We'll also go through the pledge levels as we scroll down. You can also click right here to go ahead and download a summary of the adventure. If you couldn't tell already, it's very Feywild themed. And the reason why is because of the survey. So it's a 10-page adventure summary that we just downloaded there, and it says it's based on an elaborate survey with over 2,000 responses from dedicated RPG fans. You can still fill out the survey if you want, but at this point it's pretty much been decided. So it says, based on the survey results, Crown of the Oathbreaker is a mix between sandbox and classic storylines with a healthy blend of combat and non-combat encounters for all types of gameplay. It also combines elements of both high and dark fantasy, resulting in a singular style. Our approach has come up with unique twists on classical features for every game aspect, and that's covered in the survey. So if you take a look, which planar setting do you enjoy playing in the most? Just choose the maximum of 3. And you can see by and far, Feywild was the winner, and the second one was I like all planar settings. And then close after that was the 9 Hells. But you can see that there's not a lot of love for the ethereal plane or some of these celestial, the upper planes. So yeah, Feywild was a clear winner. And then if we scroll down, how do you feel about sandbox adventures? And it was basically rated on a 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, I don't like it. 4, I love it. Looks like it's very skewed towards people like sandbox style adventures, where they have the freedom to go around and choose what they want to do. And it says which classes make the best archvillains. And we can see here, Paladin or Anti-Paladin was the number 1, followed closely by Wizard. So again, that's probably where the Oathbreaker, Crown of the Oathbreaker comes in, right? Oathbreaker Paladin. And then again, you can download the survey results there. So what's in this campaign? And it has a lot of interesting stuff I want to talk to you about. So it says it's got a whole bunch of community. The community's decided and confirmed our love of playing a long campaign with the unique monsters and NPCs. We appreciate such product, heavily illustrated in color, packed with loads of maps, scenes, monsters. And they have a ton of external support stuff for this, which I really like. Again, I would love to see this kind of stuff be a standard thing we see for all things, including first party, but apparently third party still has where it's at. So, what do we get? First of all, 500-page 5e compatible adventure. 500 pages. First party stuff, we're lucky if we get 380. 500 pages, including a 50-page player's guide and campaign settings section with complete detailed description of the kingdom of Aglaron and the city capital, the city of Onadbir? I don't know how you pronounce it, but either way. So this is giving us the player's guide, the campaign setting, and the adventure, but it's a 500-page book. So I'm okay with that. One of the biggest complaints we've had about recent sources from WotC is it doesn't really know what it wants to be. Is it a campaign guide? Is it a module? Is it a player's handbook style thing, a player's guide? And the folks from Elder Brain are like, we'll give you all 3, but we're also going to make it 500 pages so it's worth your while. What else are we going to get? 5 large sandbox maps with over 100 encounters in each, 27 dungeon maps with both GM and player versions, 36 new subclasses and archetypes, 15 different character backgrounds, 38 adventure scene illustrations, over 130 plus NPCs, 34 unique magic items, 19 new unique illustrated monsters, and 4 monster templates, which we've described as a great way to expand any monster. Any monsters you already have, these templates can be applied to, and then 15 new spells and 13 new feats. This is also a battle snail mount that you can get, which is fully customizable. They also have these different cards for magic items as well as monsters and NPCs for quick reference. You can see here's the booster pack, right, with all the different cards in it. But my favorite thing is probably this whole app they created with soundscapes for the game. Now, if you've never played with with music in your D&D campaigns, it could go a long way to help players feel invested and set the mood, right? That's why people put music in movie and TV shows. Music tells us how to feel. That's why they put sound and music design heavily into different movies. If you think about some of your favorite movies, whether they be action or comedy or whatever the case may be, if you think about like the musical stings associated with those, if you think about one of your favorite theme songs, I don't know, great examples would be the Lord of the Rings theme song or the Star Wars theme song. You usually immediately are taken to a point in those movies when you remember hearing that. And it usually is either like a very impactful, dramatic moment, maybe an epic fight scene, maybe something super somber and sad, but music sets the tone and tells you how to feel. And the fact that they went above and beyond and made a free app that you can download to tell the different scenes associated with it, with ambiance sounds and things. It says the app's always going to be free. So in theory, you could also get this and use it for when you finish Crown of the Oathbreaker. If you want to continue to use the ambiance sounds, you can. As you can see, it's available on the App Store, Google Play, and the Windows as well. Each soundscape is composed of several dozen dynamic and constantly changing sounds that each play at random time, direction, length, distance, reverb, velocity to create a unique ambiance with no repetitions. And you can see here are all the different things that are available. It says they've also launched a Patreon to expand the soundscape with new features and things like that, which is amazing. They're adding new stuff every month to that. Well, like I said, this is almost worth backing just for that. And I wish we could get like a CD or other things. I know at one point Wizards of the Coast released a CD of like dungeon music a long time ago. But if you could get like a musical soundscape for every module anyone ever produced, that would be amazing. All right, so let's talk about the pledges and the perks and rewards, right? So $20 will get you a PDF version, which includes the campaign setting, the player's guide, and the adventure. $25 will get you PDF plus physical version. So you'll get a complete adventure campaign setting and player's guide, and the ability to order the printed book from Elderbrain. So it's not actually getting you it, that's just giving you the option to order it if you want. All right, for $49, though, you'll get the ability to order the printed book from elderbrain.com at the cost of printing and shipping, 120 booster cards, a free PDF of our Platinum Seller 100-page adventure, Year of Rogue Dragons, plus a PDF format character sheet designed specifically for this adventure. This one I think is probably one of the better options out there for $99 all in one and become an NPC, so that's everything we talked about so far. Plus, you will be immortalized as one of the NPCs in the adventure with your own likeness in their portrait. Tell us your NPC's gender, race, class, occupation, features, and looks, and we'll insert you into the setting. So you can see here's a couple of different options of folks on their team becoming NPCs within the game. Also become a subclass. Let's see. Plus, you will be created as one of the subclass iconic characters with your own full-body likeness. For $199, your own full-body likeness and character art immortalized in a book is pretty solid, as is $99 to get an NPC portrait. Pretty sweet. And then all-in-one plus become a main plot NPC. This one will be, again, so you could either... that's $1,000, my mistake. But you're going to be a main plot NPC there if you so wish. And then here's a little bit about the team here over on Indiegogo. We can scroll down, we can see everybody. Here's about the schedule. They're hoping that the hardcover version and the booster cards will be available probably by March or April of 2022. We obviously know that that's a little subject to change, as international shipping and shipping in general is still a nightmare in COVID and post-COVID and ongoing COVID times. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, it's not a good situation for shipping. And then here I thought real quick we'd just take a quick look. We're not going to go through it, but here is the Year of Rogue Dragons, which is 4.5 stars for 44 ratings and a best platinum seller on the DM's Guild, which came out back in December of 2019. But here it is. Year of Rogue Dragons is set in 1373 during the Draco Rage, which is also one of a very interesting time during Forgotten Realms history. 99-page module, 9 full-color dungeon maps, a map of Thar and Northern Moonsea regions, over a dozen full-page color illustrations, 21 unique NPCs, and monster stat blocks. Yeah, I mean, it even has its own trailer there. So this is very interesting. I wish I had seen this. I would have reviewed this back in December of 2019 had I known it was a thing. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this to your attention, so a huge thank you to the Elderbrain team for sponsoring this video. I'll have a link in the description. It's also a tracking link, so if you do happen to go and pick it up from my link, they'll know that Nerd Immersion's fandom is the one that jumped over there as well. If you're going to be playing in a Feywild adventure, everybody seems to be in love with the Feywild lately. This seems like a pretty good one, and it's nice to know that it was designed and kind of created and molded by fans. Which I think is really awesome to see that, like, these folks are out there like, hey, we want to make an adventure, but we want to make what you like. You guys tell us, and we'll cater it to that, rather than just like, oh, we think we'll just do this and see what happens. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.